Ooga fucking Ooga, cunts, and welcome back to another Saturday night cunt stream, snatch, cast, whatever the fuck we are. Damn it. See, I'm the one that's usually on track with this shit, but even I fucking forgot tonight. What the hell? I haven't been drinking. What the fuck's wrong with me? Anyways,
I'll take responsibility as the secretary. I should be more. I should be more vigilant or some shit, but I'm not because
from now on, keep Ruckus in line, Linus.
Okay.
I suppose so. Tonight we of course got the Snatchcast secretary, Lionel Valentine, also known as Linus, or whatever L name that fucking Schmeckle comes up with on the fly. Schmeckle, the owner and main host of the fucking channel, and of course, Little Leif of Horrors. I mean, the unapologetic Canadian Leif herself.
Hi.
Who we actually found out earlier today has a dick.
Apparently. Yeah.
I had always thought we were just joking about that. But
we were, but someone
apparently not only does she have a dick, but she didn't tell Mara before they met up.
God damn it.
That was a thing. What's it? His name had the word Twilight in it. Very, very retarded. He took a joke seriously and just decided to run to Ethan Ralph to cry and say, yes, she's no. Ethan Ralph was crying on Twitter about how I had blocked him and insisted it was because I had seen one of his kill streams. I don't watch the kill stream. It's just not something I give a shit about. I don't care.
He did say something. I remember that post. He said something about pictures or something. You have any idea?
I don't know what he's talking about. He's like photoshopped pictures. What photoshopped pictures? I don't know. I don't pay attention to Ethan Ralph enough to know, or his minions to know. I don't care. I also don't watch the kill stream because I don't care. I blocked Ethan Ralph because I don't care to see his shit in my feed. That's it. And I blocked him a while ago. He just noticed today.
Okay, that makes a little bit. I'd like to see what the fucking pictures are. I mean, Photoshop pictures. Is he talking about you photoshopping a bulge out, or?
I don't know.
It was in the same conversation where they were talking about you being a tranny.
I'm a very confused Leaf. I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. What?
Well, Leaf, it's simple. Are you a tranny, or are you fat, or are you both?
Was I being called fat by them? Was that a thing?
Maybe.
Wasn't that?
I think so.
I thought that was at one point.
Calling you fat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
okay, never mind.
That got debunked really fast. And I'm also in Twitter jail. I'm in Twitter jail right now. Someone went back to like the beginning of December to report one of my tweets.
Yeah, wow, that's some shit.
A tweet about a pedo, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it said nuke the pedo from orbit and got banned or put in Twitter jail for a week.
Yeah, I don't understand some of these bans that Twitter's handing out.
Yeah, I got kicked off for fucking joking to Lionel saying I'll kill you.
You said that to a gay man. They had to cover the bases.
I'm bi! I should have some leeway, goddammit!
You have to be more open about it. Why don't you follow Gaming and Pandas?
I don't need to?
Yeah, you gotta follow Panda. You gotta follow
listen. If you follow Panda, you will have Bowser Dick in your feed. And and furry porn, and it's horror. Don't follow. I love Ping. Don't get me wrong. It's an account run by multiple people, but don't follow the Panda because the gay one posts Bowser Dick a lot.
To be honest, I think maybe I was kicked off for different reasons, because I've been in trouble with Twitter a lot more than just recently. So they may have like suspended me with the intention of, we're just gonna give him a week, but then went through my entire fucking feed and was just like, you know what? This is one of those guys that just doesn't ever fucking stop. So let's just go ahead and perma-ban him.
Yeah, Twitter abuses the hell out of the groypers. It's so sad.
And yet the pedophiles still get to continue to flourish on Twitter, and the extreme fucking, well, any side of the political fucking spectrum, they get to stay on Twitter, mostly. If you're on the right, no. But if you're on the left, yes.
All right, so anyway, something we were talking about before we started. What was this with Ethan Ralph calling Tonka's mother?
Ethan Ralph. It wasn't him that called Tonka's mom. It was some other person, but Ralph was around. And they think they won, but she cussed them out. Like, she wouldn't give them what they wanted. She fucking went off on them for even trying. They asked dumb questions and just pissed her off. If they ever tried that shit with her in real life, she would definitely fucking kill them. She's like, they asked dumb questions. She was just like, "Fuck you, bitch." It was great. It was hilarious. But they think they won. It's like, no, you didn't. You didn't win. You fucking retards. She didn't. Kept trying to ask for information. She wouldn't give it to them, and then they tried to spin some things around. Like she said, they asked, "Well, when's Robbie gonna show up for work?" And she's like, "Whenever the fuck he feels like it," or something like that. And they took that as Tonka being lazy.
It sounds exactly like what Tonka said before. He cruises into work whenever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, because I don't know. That's what happens when you own a business.
Well, I mean, never mind. That's what happens. It's blatantly what Tonka said before. I show up to work when I want.
Yeah.
What I'm wondering though is they've got his mother's fucking number. How the fuck can they not get his name right?
They didn't get his. Well, it's technically not her number. Her number, it's the number for the car lot.
Okay, but it's the number for the car lot that one of them owns.
Yeah.
If they have that information, why the fuck can't they figure out the guy's real fucking name?
Because they're stupid.
Well, that does make a little bit of sense. But what seems odd to me is they've gone through all this work. They've found where his dealership is. That means they know where he lives. They have all this. They've got Zeph and Zoom, people who are, let's say, experienced with doxing, working with them. And they still can't figure out the guy's name. They've pegged some pedophile as his father. Somebody's lying here. I mean, either Tonka's not being honest, and those people are who these people are saying they are. That is his father. That is his real name, or else that they're actually fucking retarded.
They're actually fucking retarded.
It seems like a bit of a stretch. Just assuming that they could be that dumb.
They are that dumb, though. You're overestimating. You're giving them a bit too much, confidence. They really are that dumb.
All right, if you say so. Another thing that's been brought up a lot as far as Tonka recently was something about him not getting the blood work done in time for an HIV test or something.
He did get the blood work.
Okay, this fight wouldn't have been able to happen without the blood work. It wouldn't have been able to have been promoted. None of this would have been able to happen without the bloody blood work.
Well, that's something that I thought had been mentioned when they were first planning this shit. That
Tennessee is mostly a backwater, but it's not that much of a backwater. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, people.
It's just what's been going around, right? We're hearing claims from both sides. There was something about a bomb threat.
That wasn't a thing that happened.
Well, I would assume that thing that happened. There would be, I would assume, ramifications if something like that.
Well, I know that the trying to intercept potential bomb threats was brought up on the Kumite, but that was to intercept the bomb threat, so that way the fight could go on.
That was Merc, and we all told him he shouldn't have said that on air, because if there is a bomb threat that gets called in, Kumite fans or Tonka or Vamp or someone will be blamed for it. It was dumb to bring that up on air. It wasn't important enough to be brought up on air. It should have been just DM'd.
Yeah.
So who do you think's gonna win the fight? First off, do you think they'll both show?
Tonka, I've seen Worski and his noodle arms.
I don't know. Worski is looking bigger than he did. He's definitely
beefed
not
up
lying about the
He still has noodle arms, and he's only been training for like a month and a half.
If that's only a month and a half, he's doing good.
Well,
not really.
Here's what I see in that regard. Here's what I see in that regard. Tonka's been training ever since the fight got announced. Like we all saw this, we all experienced this as he was complaining about not being able to eat what he wanted to, you know, going on runs, missing streams because he was training, you know, that kind of stuff. We know he's been training since this fight got announced, which was about 3 months ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, we have Andy Worski, who has allegedly been, I think you said he's been training only for a month and a half?
Yeah, about that.
Not to mention that, but also within the last month, he has also been consuming. He is also known to consume alcohol at least once. That is not good for protein synthesis, and if he is drinking alcohol more than just that once, then that will definitely inhibit his ability to grow muscle. But muscle growth isn't the whole thing, though, because there's also training and experience. If Andy is training,
apparently he took a 2-week course.
Oh boy. Okay, so with that in mind,
I don't know if that's true or not. Well, I don't know if that's true or not. It could just be a rumor, but apparently he took a 2-week course.
Well, let's bring up something Stone Mexican guy said, I think last week or something, or yeah, last week. He mentioned that when you are cutting weight, like Tonka is, and like Tonka has, you're definitely going to lose a lot of power and control in the movements that you do. So if Tonka has not gotten comfortable enough in this new body that he has essentially wasted himself into, then he does come at a disadvantage in this fight, since Andy has been beefing up in order to make weight. Now, that being said, there's also the fact that Andy has been training for only half as long, if even that, compared to Tonka. And if he's overtraining to make up for the lack of training, like everybody around him has been saying, oh yeah, he's been training like shit, man, he's been training really awesome, man, and all this stuff that they've been saying, there is a chance, and this is just coming from my personal experience with fitness and whatnot, that that could work as a disadvantage to Andy, because if you overwork your muscles and overdo your training, you're in for a bad time when the main event comes.
Well, yeah.
What I'm hearing here is both of them could be at a disadvantage specifically because of the training and or weight loss they've done for the fight.
Yes.
So if both of them, say Tonka's not used to his new weight, Andy has overtrained, where's that leave us? Who's got the upper hand there?
I guess that just kind of...
Tonka has more experience and has, again, been training longer, so he has had more time to get used to the new body.
Yeah,
per se.
Tonka made weight weeks ago, so he's had... Yeah, exactly. But there's also this. Let's think about it this way. I am around 250. I have never really been in a fight in my life. I've had a couple of scuffles. I can take several punches. I really can't feel anything, so my ability to feel pain is kind of limited. But besides the point,
wait, you can't feel pain?
I can feel pain, but it's like, you ever hear the term comfortably numb?
Yes.
I can't feel it unless it's extreme. It's a weird thing that has to do with the just some things. And I'm 250, never fought in my life. I fought against a guy, I got into a fight with a guy who was at least several heads taller than me, and he weighed significantly less than me, and he had experience fighting. I got my ass kicked.
Okay, so you were a large man, but you didn't know how to fucking fight, so you got your ass kicked by the little guy.
No, the tall guy.
The tall guy, but, you know.
He weighs less than me. So a tall guy that weighs less than a guy who weighs around 250 and not in fat, mostly muscle, can make that happen, then Andy Worski is at a loss just by the height alone. Height is a really huge advantage.
Okay, and from what I've heard, Tonka's 6 something and Andy's around my height, 5'11" or so.
Worski's short. Fucking who was it? I think it was Sylvain who said he met Worski in person, and when he went to, I guess, hug Worski or something, he did something. The bottom spike of his glasses jabbed into Worski's head.
Yeah,
how tall is Sylvain?
What I understand, Sylvain's pretty tall himself, right? I think Brockus had said that Sylvain was taller than he is.
Yeah, Fat Pat and Sylvain are both 6 foot plus. The exact height, I'm not 100% certain. I want to say Fat Pat is 6'1" and Sylvain is 6'3".
Yeah, so
Maybe
that's
6'2".
not really saying much. I think the Sargon comparisons were a lot better back when he met Sargon.
He's shorter than Francesca Ramsey.
I've also met
I
Andy
don't know how fucking tall Francesca Ramsey is. For all I know, she's some fucking Amazonian.
She kind of is.
He's still shorter than Francesca.
That's not saying anything, though.
That is, though.
That's not a point of reference for us if we don't know how tall she is.
Hold on, I'll look up the black bitch. Hold on.
Yes,
Christ
see how
almighty.
fucking tall she is. Jesus
She is apparently 5'10".
Okay.
Oh, wow. And he's short.
Oh, God.
That's not a big man.
He's shorter than her. There's a picture of them next to each other. He's shorter than her.
Oh, loud.
That's, well, I mean, she's a woman though. She could be in heels, right?
No, she's taller than Worski.
At 5'10".
She also fucking hates Worski's guts. In the picture, she looks so uncomfortable. She looked like she'd literally rather be anywhere but there.
Yeah, I remember that picture. She was not keen.
That was the time when she
apparently it was because Worski used to write her like love songs or something.
Oh, that was all.
He wrote her one song and it was a joke.
Yeah, that was back.
Like to rip into Andy. That it was one song and it was clearly a joke.
Yeah, that was back when she and her end and the skeptics were still kind of waging the last bits of the Gamergate war with each other. And I believe shortly after that, Francesca Ramsey kind of reneged on a sort of truce with the whole skeptic side, pretending that it never happened and that they were actually begging her for views or some shit. And that blew up into a whole thing. Yeah, I remember that. That was around the time when everybody thought, oh, cool, we can finally meet up, settle our differences, and just, at least be civil with one another. And she kind of threw that shit down the fucking drain. God, that was depressing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. There was a short period after VidCon that year where everyone was all chummy. Everyone was best fucking friends. And then Francesca Ramsey was the one that fucking pissed everyone off again.
Huh.
And then Bloodsports happened, and the internet changed.
Yep.
Even back then, you'd have your doxers and shit like that. Like you had AIU and the accusations against him. Now it's every fucking day you hear about this shit, and it's all coming from a very, very specific group.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll be right back. Linus, you're in charge.
So, Brockus.
Oh, no.
Brockus. Oh, God, he muted himself.
He's
fucker.
Smart. He is a smart orc. Run, Brockus.
So, Brockus,
What?
tell us,
What?
how's your shoulder doing?
My shoulder's doing fine.
Brockus.
Have you been giving it plenty of exercise?
I'm sorry, I was distracted by Leif getting attacked by a fan.
Have you been giving your newly healed shoulder plenty of exercise?
Yes, and what you're alluding to is yes, I have recently jerked off. I don't fucking care.
How'd it go though?
It was a mess.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, come on, what was the struggle though? You were struggling a bit.
I didn't struggle.
But you said that you had problems, like it was the first time in a long time, so your dick was
I wasn't having problems. It was my dick wanted to explode big, and it did.
Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. No, wait, no, you reached climax, so it was anticlimactic.
It's not even accidentally amusing.
All right, I walked away for a minute. Linus didn't amuse Brockus. Were we talking about your masturbation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Brockus and jack off again, cunts.
Yeah, I can. Moving on.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been the main topic of the stream.
Oh, because we're supposed to be talking about apparently fucking masculinity, but yeah.
This has plenty to do with masculinity. Who's the only gender that can jack off?
Yeah, but like, have anyone seen the fucking complaints? Apparently, liking Dragon Ball Z is toxic masculinity.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was something that was brought to my attention by.
Wait, where's the? I'll read you a thing if I can remember where the fuck it is. Just give me a second and talk about stuff.
Dragon Ball Z. I mean, I can understand where they'd get that idea, right?
No,
bunch of masculine. Well, they have that whole. If it has muscles, it's a male power thing, right?
Really? Okay, so women who like men with muscles, fuck them, I guess.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I know exactly the angle they're taking. But the whole series from the start was full of, like, starting with Bulma, episode 1.
There was an article. The case against wanting, having, or getting six-pack abs. Ab workout routines are a drag and generally pretty unhealthy. Also, surveys suggest women don't care. Maybe just calm down and eat a burrito. The same person who wrote this article is a male feminist who wrote another article called Actually Feminists. Vashti was the Harvey Weinstein of Persia. Another one, this Chad.
Hold on, what's his name?
Joshua A. Krish.
Joshua A.
Of course he would have a fucking unspeakable name. Jesus.
Krisch. I don't fucking know how to say that.
Oh, it's that kind of name. It's
and then another article he wrote was, does Chabad annoy you? Check your privilege.
Is what?
Chabad annoy you? Check your privilege.
Whoa, what the fuck's a Chabad?
Chabade? Maybe it's Chabade. I'm very not sober, Schmeckle. Words are hard right now.
How'd you get this drunk this quick?
Oh,
you started drinking like half an hour ago.
Christ.
I've been drinking before I even joined this call.
That makes a little more sense.
Oh God, you guys.
He is a Jew. He is Jewish too.
He's got the beard and the hat. Oh God, he look. Oh my God. Okay, skinny men should not have beards.
Hey, present that.
Hey, I mean full beards, like this full kind of the kind of full Santa Claus beard.
The Amish beard.
He's got the fucking big ass fucking Rabbi Christovsky thing going on.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like Jesus H Christ. And he's got the wireframe glasses, absolutely no muscle mass, just skinny as hell. Like, if he shaved, I'd hate fuck the shit out of him. You know, oh my God. Oh God, that's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful.
Is this guy by any chance me scrawny? Like the type of guy who definitely does not have six-pack abs.
He is scrawnier than you are, Schmeckle.
That's hard to do.
Yeah,
I am lacking any muscle.
Yeah. No, like I mean, like he is. God, I wonder if we can figure out what he sounds like.
No, what was the guy's name?
Joshua A. Krish. He's got
actually fuck it. I have a secretary. Just look him up on YouTube.
Okay, let me see if I can find this guy. Hold on. Gonna do it better. Let's see. Joshua Krish YouTube.
But
How you
well,
say
what was this about
He
Dragon
has a
Ball Z?
YouTube channel.
Of course he has a YouTube channel.
And he
If
has
they
a
write there's like a
fedora.
90%. Oh, what?
Yeah, on his YouTube, on his little YouTube channel, he has a fedora. Here, I'll send you the link.
Yeah, I'm gonna want to take a look at this.
Oh God, this is beautiful. Oh,
yeah.
God.
What was this about Dragon Ball Z being toxic?
The only thing Dragon Ball Z confirms is that. Whoa, hold on. What the hell is this? Why do I
anyways, a while ago, or a couple of days ago, a friend of mine who I met in a comic book group on Facebook, we're in a group chat. We were just chit-chatting, and he shares the screenshot of a tweet that some fucking bitch had made, essentially saying that Dragon Ball Z is complete toxic masculinity. Don't be fooled by it, blah, blah, blah. Ban all anime. So I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Not only does this cunt, who has fucking no idea what she's talking about, think that Dragon Ball Z is pure toxic masculinity, which is bullshit, but she wants all anime gone. I wonder why. Self-absorbed bitch.
To be fair, I'd be fine with all anime being gone, but
I wouldn't. That shit's funny as hell.
I don't understand the appeal. I like Dragon Ball Z. That was about it.
Okay, that's fine. You don't understand it. I do. There you go.
If I don't understand it, it has no value to me.
Okay, to you. Again, you understand that just because you do or do not understand something doesn't mean jack shit, right?
Can we all just appreciate this for a moment?
What?
That is, I'm presenting the bearded fedora guy.
Yeah, I know, and he has a baby with him. How much you want to bet he's tasted that foreskin?
Oh, dude, too far.
No, I'm just saying that's what rabbis do. They chew off the foreskin.
I know that's what rabbis do.
Shut up!
It's a ritual.
Shut
It's
up!
Science.
I will beat you with a spoon.
Oh my gosh, he's got playlists. He's got a Jewish music playlist. Of course he does.
God damn.
Oy vey. And it looks like he actually has uploaded a video called.
All right, let's hear what this motherfucker sounds like. Right, he just titled it TK, so I have no idea what this is supposed to be about.
I'm a senior editor at The Scientist. I'm speaking with.
It's a lady. It's almost definitely not him.
God damn it. Is that like his girlfriend or some shit?
Wait, it might be an interview.
Oh my god, he sounds exactly like I thought he would.
Like a Jew?
I was expecting a little more whine in his voice, to be honest.
A little bit of "we didn't kill Jesus."
I swear to God, it wasn't us. He was one of us. We loved him.
It was the Romans, I swear. Oi!
But no, I don't understand this trend of it's not just from the male feminists, it's predominantly from the left. If I can't have or accomplish something, that thing is bad. You're thin and I'm fat, you're a piece of shit. You know that? Yeah, you, Linus, you got a bunch of muscle on you. You fucking privileged piece of garbage.
Yeah, what you gonna do about it, you little fuck nugget?
Motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking protest about it. Gonna get a safe space built away from all you muscly motherfuckers. I don't want to have to see that. It reminds me of what I don't have.
No, pretty much.
But the fucking ab thing. You look at that motherfucker. You know he doesn't have a muscle on his body, right? You look at these everybody who's pissed with the rich, simply for being the rich. You look at the whole situation with modeling right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're really pushing for it to be necessary to get these fat chicks, these ugly chicks, to model for you.
Now, to their credit, they would be great. They would be perfect to show off their newest tents.
I would understand it if they were saying, you know what, logically, women are fatter now. We need more plus size clothing. That means plus size models, right?
Right.
But they're trying to push for just your average fucking runway show, where you're trying to show off your high fashion or whatever. They want the fatties to be included, just to have the fatties included.
So instead of high fashion, wide fashion?
Pretty much. It's probably one of the most pathetic fucking arguments I think I've seen in a long goddamn time. They don't give a shit, really. They really do not fucking give a shit about what people want, what people think, and all that stuff. We live in an era where fitness is actually becoming more and more important. A lot more people are actually getting fit on a regular basis. A lot of the youth are staying away from certain junk food, or at least excessive amounts of junk food, because the generation, the one I came from, pretty much indulged into way too much fatty foods and shit. And we were actually coming up as like the most overweight fucking generation in a long ass time.
Never forget Snickers Crunch.
So the ones that came after my generation, the ones that are, you know, still in their early 20s and late teens and all that shit, they're staying more healthy. They're being more fit. And the fat people from my generation don't like that, because how dare you think you're better than me because you only weigh 125 pounds. I weigh 348 pounds and I'm beautiful.
I'm still basically a human being.
It's just fucking ridiculous. They're pissed off because they didn't make the fucking right choices in life, so everyone else must suffer. This is how a lot of these people actually think. I didn't actually, you know, go out and get fit and everything like that because I was too fucking lazy, because I just wanted to binge on YouTube and fucking eat ass loads of popcorn with Pop-Tarts and tubs of fucking ice cream every fucking day and shit. And it's just pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. It's this whole, if I have to suffer, so do you kind of thing. They don't honestly care about equal representation. They don't honestly care about representation in general, because look at the way they fucking argue every single time this shit comes up. It's some of the most mind-numbingly dumb fuck arguments you could ever actually see these people fucking pushing these ideas with.
Well, they're trying to outsource their personal feelings to the greater good in some way, shape, or form.
No, they're trying to control everything. It's a power move. This whole fucking argument has been and always will be a fucking power move. These people just want to be and show that they can be in control for no fucking reason. It is absolutely fucking ridiculous, and I can't stand it.
I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily completely about power. A lot of it is entitlement. It's not so much that they want the control; they want things handed to them.
That's part of the control.
I guess you could say that. A kid who's getting handouts from mommy and daddy all the time is kind of controlling mommy and daddy.
That's the other part of it. The generation I came from, the people that are in their late 20s, early 30s, or even mid 30s, and the ones that came before me, we all came from the generation where you still had to fucking work for what you had. You still had to go outside. We were the generation that watched technology evolve from some shitty ass dial-up fucking big ass computer sitting on your desk in like one room in the entire fucking house to now everybody has a goddamn flat screen, everybody has a smartphone, everybody has a laptop and a desktop, everybody has a Xbox One, everybody has all kinds of fucking technological wonders and shit like that. We watch.
Nobody goes outside to beat each other with sticks anymore.
That was our parents' generation.
That was my generation.
Oh,
yeah,
you guys are about the same age.
Oh,
yeah, no, we divided our time between playing video games if the weather was too extreme, and going outside and beating the shit out of each other with sticks and lightsabers.
That's true.
And then when one kid would start crying, we'd all be afraid and like, don't tell dad, don't tell dad, don't tell your dad, and we'd hold him hostage until he stopped crying.
Yeah.
You seem like horrible people.
We were so evil.
Oh, Leif, that's just how it was.
Yeah, like you just
even when I was young, like we had computers, but the internet still sucked and stuff like that, right?
When I was little, all we did was play street hockey.
You're Canadian.
Keep forgetting you're Canadian.
Also, I remember a game in like elementary school where you'd stand facing the wall, and someone would take a fucking like a dodgeball thing and try to whip it at your ass. That was a thing that kids played. Also, Bloody Knuckles was another one.
Yeah,
Bloody. I get the point. I get the point Brockus was making. Back then, you kind of had to be active if you wanted to be entertained in any way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you can just sit on your ass. It's like the fucking question of which one ends up happening. 1984 or Brave New World.
The answer is yes.
Complacency. The answer is yes.
I feel like we're going in both directions at the same time.
We are actually.
We are to a degree. No, I'd say we're a lot more toward Brave New World than we are toward.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, like they talking about test tube babies and shit. I'm just like, Brave New World when?
Well, it's not even that. A Brave New World, the whole concept was oppression through pleasure, right?
Yeah,
through, complacency brought on by.
Well, they also didn't have didn't have mothers or fathers because test tube babies, and nobody belonged to anybody, and you were supposed to have many sexual partners, and if you wanted a family, you were seen as like an outcast. Really weird.
Sounds like a hell of a world. Let's keep going that way. I don't need freedom if they're gonna keep me high all the time. High and fucking, I'm happy.
Well, hold on. Isn't that the same world where... Wait, isn't that the Desmond route?
No, don't bring that... No, don't bring him up. Stop it.
I think... Yeah, you don't want that shit. You don't want that one.
What is that shit?
I'll drag queen.
Desmond route.
I'll drag queen.
Oh, Drake. Oh.
Yep.
The one who was on viral video where apparently he went to a male strip club and danced
and had money thrown at him by adults.
And somehow there are people who argue that there's no issue with it. It's literally a fucking strip club.
Well, it was a gay bar.
Children aren't supposed to be allowed in a strip club or a gay bar.
Hold on a second. No. I've been to fucking gay bars. I'm sorry. If you don't think that's an actual strip club, then you're fucking dreaming, okay?
No, it did have strippers, or something. Yeah, sure.
They would have
strippers. If it has strippers, it is a strip club.
They didn't technically classify it as a strip club for whatever reason it wasn't classified as that. What was I gonna say? I forgot. The other child drag queen, Lactatia.
There's more than one.
Yeah. Lactatia is another one, and there's recent controversy because an adult drag queen posed naked next to Lactatia.
Oh yeah, I saw that picture.
Well, that's
Why is this happening?
Just be naked next to kids.
Yep.
Really.
I mean, fucking Louis C.K. got in trouble for less.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I mean, he jacked off in front of some ladies, but they were over 18.
Okay, hold on. He didn't know. He asked ladies politely if he could jack off in front of them, and when they said no, he backed off. Louis C.K. didn't do nothing.
All right. Well, Louis C.K. didn't do shit.
Oh, where
But
did I find
even
it?
if he had whipped out his dick and just started going, they're
Someone in
adults.
chat asked me where I found the story. It was trending on Twitter for like the longest time. That's how I find anything I find out about that shit would be because social media.
Okay, who has the button? I want to nuke the planet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you guys wonder why I left the gay community. This is why. This is exactly why. I want nothing more to do with it. If I never have sex again, so be it. Fuck it. I don't want anything to do with that fucking degeneracy.
That's
Well, yeah, it sounds like the type of thing you fucking walk away from when they're okay with kid drag queens and fucking adults posing nude next to children and shit like that. That's...
Mm-hmm.
I thought you guys had a big fucking battle to disassociate yourselves from pedophiles.
Well,
Didn't that happen
It
years ago?
It doesn't
Well,
help
here's what
that a
happened.
bunch of people.
I'll tell
A
you
bunch of
exactly
people.
what.
I want to say a thing. A bunch of
Okay,
people in the gay community. A bunch of people in the gay community are actually now trying to welcome pedos with open arms, insisting it is asexuality, insisting they will always be welcome in the LGBTQXYZ community. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with the gay community either. It's cancer. Also, they really hate bisexuals, so.
Yeah,
It actually just occurred to me. Everyone here except me is at least part gay. How do you guys feel about being lumped in with that crowd?
I am disgusted.
There's a reason why I refuse to associate with the gay community.
Yeah, like
and have for years.
If this is what they're going to be about, then yeah, no, thank you. I'm just gonna step away.
Yeah, no.
We got Water Jabbers in the chat. He says it's honestly like the gay community wants to prove the right-wing Christian nutjobs right.
Well,
and
here's what happened.
when you start teaming up with pedophiles, that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, I'll tell you what I think happened. All the normal gays left. And I'll tell you what happened. When we got the right to gay marry, all the normal gays who were well-adjusted were like, all right, we don't have to be part of this community anymore. We can do our own thing and be normal people now.
Yeah, we'll go get married and have families and shit. Just do that.
Yeah, and what was left over was all the filthy fucking degenerates who really fucking owned being gay.
The normal gay community picked up the slack at the orphanages that the fucking crackheads were creating and shit. Oh yeah, we'll adopt the crack baby, it's fine. You know, and they're raising the fucking kids right and all that stuff. The degenerate ones, they're the ones who were left in charge. They didn't know what to do, so they put on fursuits and started fucking each other, I guess.
Yep. And, you know, ants on sticks covered in honey. Sharp sticks.
I don't want to know what you're getting at with that one. That does
the Caro video.
Oh no!
YouTube's very broken right now. It has not given anybody notifications that we started. Apparently, I didn't get one, and people in chat are saying they didn't get one either.
I didn't get one either.
It's YouTube. What the fuck else do you expect?
Basically.
True.
Anyway, I'll be right back. Leif's in charge. I need a new coffee.
But I can't be in charge. I'm not sober enough to be in charge.
Leif, Pocahontas.
That's exactly why you're in charge, Leif.
I'm not singing Pocahontas. I'm not drunk enough for Pocahontas.
So you can't paint with the... You haven't had enough fire water to paint with all the colors of the wind yet.
No, but I have a little bit left. I'm almost done the bottle.
Okay. We'll see where we will put a bookmark in there. And then we will go back to that, and we'll see what we get after that. Yeah, we'll see what
I might run out of alcohol.
We well, you might want to dig into the
definitely going to run out of alcohol.
Okay, that's fine. There are solutions. Leif, do you have a bottle of isopropyl alcohol anywhere in the house?
I think next week I'm gonna crack open my Christmas present.
No.
Fucking have fun.
Wait, Leif, you don't have any isopropyl alcohol?
No.
Okay, Leif, do you have any nail polish or nail polish cleaner?
I am not drinking nail polish. What is wrong with you?
Okay, what about aftershave or Listerine? That technically counts.
I'm not.
Stop. She is not that kind of an alcoholic. What's wrong with you?
Lots of things, Brockus. Lots of things.
You just need to get dick, okay?
I do. God, it has been. Let's see. Fuck. It's going on 3 years now.
Oh, that's sad. That is sad.
Yeah, it's going on 3. And the only reason I haven't had dick is because I'm so deathly afraid of getting AIDS again, or not again. No, hold on. Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase.
I'm pretty sure if you catch that shit once, you always have it. There's no catching it again.
Okay. Two things. First of all, there are multiple strains of AIDS. Second of all, what I mean is that I've had several AIDS scares in the past, back when I was a whore.
What is it with the fucking the gay people I have been meeting for the last 5 years? Why are you all whores? Is that just a common thing?
It kind of, you know, when you're with your family, you're really repressed most of the time. Like, at least with my generation. I don't know how it is with the generation after me. But with my generation, at the very least, we're very repressed. We kind of have to stay in the closet when we're at home. But when we finally get out and about, we're filled with all of this energy that we've been storing since fucking middle school, and we really want to get it out. So we just fuck everything in sight. Also, we're guys and we have penises, so that kind of also plays a role in everything, because guys are naturally horn dogs, and the reason the whole sex after marriage thing is possible is because women are able to rein the men in and go, hey, no pussy until we get married. And so yeah, when you have, it's why gay relationships are the most stable statistically compared to straight relationships, and why straight relationships are more stable than lesbian relationships. Lesbian relationships.
Yeah, the lesbians are always beating each other. What the fuck's up with that?
Because they're not getting dick.
Why do I can't really argue against that one, I suppose. I was gonna ask though, why does it seem like lesbians are more violent than anyone else? But
because statistically they are. Yeah, domestic abuse is way up in the lesbian community.
Yeah, it's because you either, if you want to avoid domestic violence, you either give a penis or take a penis.
I feel like the lesbians decided, like, let's test out BDSM, and then they got a little too power hungry one night, and you know, the riding crop just came out to play a little too soon.
No, they're just sexually frustrated because hands and dildos can only go so far.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, well, Venus says, so the great Smek is a flaming homo. Interesting. I'm actually the only one here who doesn't fuck dudes. Or in Leif's case, chicks.
Yeah. So
I'm the only heterosexual here.
Yeah, no, you're
Brockus is
you're the fucking weird one. Yeah, no, you're the weird one.
Yeah, no,
Shrek's
in trouble.
They kind of make sense with the whole lesbians. Maybe not specifically the fact that they're not getting dick, but you know, lesbian sex can't be as good as the real deal, right?
I don't know. I'm not a lesbian. I don't know what gets them off.
Leif?
I'm not. What?
Okay, Leif, describe what lesbian sex is like.
Well, water jabbers Jimmy doesn't count.
Also, wait, please, Leif, be very, very heavily detailed.
I was a virgin up until like 2 months ago.
Right, and Kumara.
Oh God!
Well, what's he packing down there?
I'm not talking about my sex life.
No, I'm not asking size. Just like, what kind? Innie, outie?
I don't. What does that even mean?
We're talking about his belly button.
Yeah, Leif.
I'm so confused. I don't want to talk about this. Fuck you.
Leif ran out of apple juice and she cranky.
There wasn't apple juice. Fuck you. It was bourbon apple cider.
It was grown-up apple juice.
And I have like an itty bitty amount left. I think I'm gonna finish it.
Well, if you have any cooking sherry in the pantry, that would also work technically.
Yeah,
it wouldn't work well,
Don't wake up tomorrow morning.
You know, I don't know if vinegar would work, but you could try it. Like I said, I've suggested
If you got
Listerine.
some of that cider vinegar, sometimes it's like 15%.
Well, I
That's
do know
disgusting.
if you drink a lot of apple juice and you go to sleep, your dreams get fucking wicked.
If you drink apple juice,
Like a shit ton of it. Like I think it would actually be better if you just boiled a lot of apple juice into a syrup and just drank all the syrup. That would probably do you better, but then you'd probably kill your pancreas in the process.
why
I
the
gotta
fuck would
think.
apple juice have any effect on your fucking dreams?
Apparently, there's some kind of chemical in it that if you have like a shit ton of it, it'll make your dreams really vivid.
Huh.
How'd you drink a shit ton of apple juice and see what happens?
Yeah, you'd have to like drink it like all day throughout the entire fucking day if you want it.
What brand is my bourbon apple cider? Hold on. What is it? Growers Cider Co. It's a Canadian brand.
Of course, it's fucking Canadian
Yeah,
brands.
they're out of BC. They're actually pretty good. I think they're from Okanagan.
Yeah, it's actually fucking really good bourbon cider. Like I was skeptical when I saw, because I ordered this online to have it delivered to my house.
Yeah, you're
And
talking about the 1 liter bottles.
2-liter bottle.
2 liter?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can't stand any of their like their really sweet ones. I've never tried the bourbon one.
It's pretty good.
God,
Yeah,
I wish I had the metabolism to drink.
Yeah. From what I hear, you're gay fat, so
Yep.
you should probably stay away from the booze.
Yeah, and I've got more and more piling up every single day, and it's just so much fun.
Wait, are you gaining weight?
No, alcohol. I've got like tons of alcohol in storage.
Why do you
Because
keep getting more alcohol if you're not drinking it?
family Christmas gives me alcohol, and I don't know what to do with it. They thought that I could, since I cook with wine a lot, they thought that I could use one of the mainstream moonshine brands to cook with, and I'm like, that's not how that works, but thank you. Because I don't...
Yeah, you could always just send it this way.
Yeah, but that costs money, and I'm going to be living like a fucking pauper for the next year.
Oh, right, you're in school, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to survive off of lentils and curry powder for the next year, and my ass is not going to like that at all. My hemorrhoids are gonna like it even less.
At
Because
least you'll drop some of that weight.
oh yeah, definitely. But it's it just, I don't know. All the farting, I don't know. When you fart in the same room that a humidifier is going off 24/7, it kind of creates a Dagobah-like conditions.
That
This sounds
sounds
very
highly
unpleasant.
unpleasant.
Why do you talk about unpleasant things? What is wrong with you?
Lots of
That's
things.
you.
Like I said, hemorrhoids are one of them. Skin tags on my rectum are another. I have
Why
rancid
is this a conversation? Nobody wants to hear these things, Linus.
Are the skin tags from the gay sex, or?
No, I had them before I got laid. Yeah.
Conversation just keeps getting worse. Why? Why do you do this?
Well, I ran a lot, and I did a lot of running to lose weight because
Explains nothing.
I injured myself in other spots, and I couldn't do regular weights, so I just ran, and I ran so far away, and I ran a lot.
And that gave you skin tags on your asshole?
It gave me hemorrhoids, which, yeah, pretty much. The friction and whatnot. I ran a lot. Like, you don't understand how much I ran. I think it was like 8.8 miles every day, and I wasn't eating right either. Yeah, it was bad.
Jesus fucking Christ. I thought my asshole was bad.
Yeah, no, like I said, I can't feel pain like regular people can, so it's very easy for me to overwork my body.
I am just not listening to most of this conversation right now.
Oh, we're just talking about running now.
Yeah, we stopped talking about assholes.
I mean, we can go
Thank
back to
God.
talking about assholes.
I'd
They make
rather
chocolate.
not.
You know, if
That's why I tuned out.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a drink.
They make chocolates that are modeled after buttholes. Like you get like a little bit of clay
And I'm gonna do anything but this right now.
and you can have them literally eat your asshole. Of course, I think my butthole would be impossible to mold because of all the extensions.
All the skin tags, yeah.
Yeah, all the extension. Like it would be a very
It would not look like an appetizing chocolate asshole.
yeah, no, it wouldn't at all, you know, because most of them look like flowers, you know, nice little morning stars or something, you know.
Like a little fucking rosette.
Yeah, exactly. Like something you'd find carved into an old wooden piece of furniture, you know, the type your grandma has from like the 1940s or some shit.
Yeah,
You know,
the little star shape that all of those old fucking couches have.
Exactly, or the swirl or some shit like that. But no, mine would be like some kind of weird postmodern subversion of that, where, you know, you got some weird artist who's like, I want to do this but weird, and so they add all sorts of bumps and skulls and shit to it, and that's pretty much my asshole.
Now I'm just imagining it coming out with like the imprint of a fucking skull carved into it.
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much my asshole summed up.
All right. Well, speaking of things that disgust me, MundaneMatt, Furry. What did you think of that, Linus?
Well, I mean, I learned today that MundaneMatt was a furry, and you learned today that V was a furry. Not the good V, the Romanian gypsy thing, creature.
Yeah, I was not aware. I don't know a whole lot about V. I didn't know he was.
Yeah, he used to be a furry. He was actually pretty open about it. He actually thought that Medicare used to be a furry because he recognized one of the OG furry figures in one of Medicare's videos. And he thought, wait, I wonder if Medicare himself used to be a furry. You know, that kind of after he came out with that Caro vid.
I've heard that name a couple times. Who the fuck is Caro?
Carol, okay, so Medicare pretty much destroyed the furry community a couple of months ago.
Raped roadkill. That's all you need to know. Move on.
That's like the least of his crimes.
Did you just say raped roadkill?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the least of his crimes. There's a lot worse shit.
That's all you need to know. It gets worse than that, but let people just don't ruin.
What's worse than that?
Well,
I mean, I guess a living animal.
Well, let me put it in there.
He also apparently raped a live dog. It's now dead.
He raped a puppy to death.
He raped it to death?
It was a puppy.
Yes. Can we move on from this?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Well, one more thing. There's also one more thing, and I'm just going to lay the pieces out here. It involves a tied down dog, a very sharp stick, and ants, and I think honey.
Oh.
Yep.
Sharp stick, honey,
yep.
Anus, ants.
And that is my cue to very much not be here anymore. I'm gonna do other things. I'm very much not.
We're done. That's it.
Yeah,
you don't have to run.
We're done with Kiro.
Yeah, we're done with Kiro.
God.
Because I'm actually about to throw up because I remembered other things, and I really don't want to.
I'm very much not sober, and this is very irritating.
Let's put on some Barney.
I hate Barney even more.
Okay, what about Caillou?
Caillou is horrendous. It needs to be never, ever.
Oh, come on. Caillou's the fucking best.
I fucking hate Caillou. He's a spoiled, bald brat. And why is he bald? Like,
he's a cancer kid.
That's why he's so.
Did everybody else not just assume that?
Well, if he had cancer, he should have died a lot sooner.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, you gotta think that show went off the air. They didn't show the fact that he died. Like that, he was. Kids don't stay bald at that age, right? He's a kid who's 4. He should have some goddamn hair.
Exactly.
Actually,
That kid died. He did not make it through cancer, so they canceled the show.
well, it's either he died or he was severely malnourished as a baby to the point where he still had his baby hair. I remember
maybe his mommy used to do crack. He was a little entitled crack baby.
And
Rosie came out normal because she was, after mommy calmed down.
After her uterus put its shit together.
No, I love that show because my baby mama absolutely hates it. So me and my daughter watch it frequently. Very often.
Does anybody remember Lil Bill?
Oh my god, that was horrible. Why would you remind me of that show?
I love that
fucking my memory.
Show. Oh my god. It was the ugliest fucking show in existence, but holy shit, I loved it as a kid for some reason. God,
I don't remember this one.
I think it's
I remember Chalk Zone. Chalk Zone was something I enjoyed watching as a kid.
Yeah, here we go. Lil Bill. Let's see. Oh,
yeah,
wow,
I don't remember Lil Bill or Chalk Zone.
Oh, it was a Bill Cosby show.
Oh.
It was Nickelodeon and Bill Cosby, and I guess it was Bill Cosby talking about his childhood or something, and the animations would reflect that to some extent. Yeah, it was for Nick Jr., and it had like that weird kind of paper animation. A little more competent than South Park, but still that kind of paper sort of style of coloration, I guess. I don't know what the terminology is. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, little Bill Glover.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Rotten Beast in the chat says Jackie Chan Adventures is coming back. I fucking loved that show when I was young.
Oh, they're gonna fuck that shit up. They're gonna retcon the girl to be a lesbian. They're gonna make.
Oh, come on. She was always a little dykey.
That's true.
That's not a retcon. That chick was definitely a dyke.
You know what? Yeah, no, yeah, that would actually not be surprising. But damn,
what I'm worried about is what they're gonna have to do with Grandpa, because if that's a stereotype they're not gonna be able to get away with nowadays.
But
right?
Grandpa fucking made the show.
He was the best fucking part.
Yeah,
him and the big fucking guy.
Yeah, he's the guy who pretty much saves the fucking show every time. I think.
Yeah, but there's no way they're going to be able to get away with a character with his fucking accent and all that.
Well, they wouldn't be able to.
He was such a stereotype.
By that logic, they wouldn't be able to do Jackie Chan either, because Jackie Chan's character was that kind of character too, younger.
Yeah, but so is the real life Jackie Chan.
Yeah, so they're not going to have Jackie Chan voice it. They're probably going to have one of those Asian guys who were on Law and Order to do it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The Asian guys who always play the fucking cops and all of those movies that everybody forgets about. The ones who are in Law and Order SVU as the psych guy. I think.
Yeah.
No,
I could see them bringing Jackie Chan back. From what I understand, he still sounds basically the same. Maybe,
oh yeah, no, his voice doesn't fucking change. Holy shit, he still looks almost the exact same as he did. He actually looks better. Hold on, let me look up Jackie Chan 2018 or 2019 now.
Yeah, see, I'd like to see them bring it back, but
oh wow, he's actually been doing movies.
Oh yeah, the motherfucker's gonna keep doing movies till he dies. That's how these Asian guys work. They have a very good work ethic.
Oh my god, all it is just a couple of more wrinkles. Like not even
he's aging like an Asian, right? All of a sudden he's just gonna be an old motherfucker.
Like he looks like a young Robin Williams with squintier eyes. Like,
Okay,
wow, that's
I,
damn.
I I can't see that.
Okay, that might just be me. That might just be me.
But no,
But yeah, no.
apparently they're bringing back Jackie Chan. They're bringing back the Animaniacs. Both, really good shows. But the trend recently has been to
Destroy them.
yeah.
There's
Every
to be forever.
like, I think the only good reboot that has happened in the last year has been the Voltron one. And
Ouch! I got my phone on my face. That means it's time to go to bed.
Leif has to take a nap.
It's time for Leaf to go to bed.
She's
Probably,
had her
maybe, I
apple
don't.
juice and now she needs a nap.
Fuck you. It is bourbon cider. Fuck you. Later, guys.
Have a
Okay,
good one,
bye,
Leif.
You killed Sprockets. Bye.
Shit. But yeah, no, it's I think the only good show that has been brought back that's actually stayed good was the Voltron reboot. I know the Marvel movies were solid up until the Captain Marvel movie got announced. I think they were even starting to slag with the Deadpool sequels. But yeah, no, the whole trend has been to remake everything because the market is unstable and they need to stick with properties that are safe, that are guaranteed to bring back views. But the problem is, the reason the properties were liked in the first place is because they were done competently. If you get a bunch of sexually frustrated lesbians to do Star Wars, guess what? It's going to be full of sexually frustrated lesbians. And written like a fucking webtoons comic, which is pretty much just sexually frustrated lesbians.
Well, yeah, and it's a flawed way of thinking, right? Because you take these big names, and yeah, you're gonna get a draw just because you have those names, but it's gonna be a short term profit, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make a quick amount of money at the start. People are gonna realize that it fucking sucks that you've destroyed the property, and they're gonna walk away. They're gonna stop watching.
Oh yeah, it's unsustainable.
Yeah, and it becomes worse when you realize that they have to pay for the fucking rights to use those properties in the first place, right?
Oh yeah, got to pay for the rights. Got to get as many of the original actors back. You've got to you got to do all the PR bullshit, and then you've got to lash out against your audience whenever they're like, "Wait, this isn't what it was." And then you,
I figure they probably walk away. Definitely, obviously, with a profit because they keep doing it. But they would be so much better off to do something like the Orville. The Orville's not Star Trek, but
a spiritual successor, essentially.
There we go. Those are the words I was looking for.
Yeah, it's sort of like what happened when Demon Souls died, and then people are like, wait, this is actually a really good idea. Okay, we'll revamp it as Dark Souls. Okay, yeah, now Dark Souls is going downhill. Why don't we do it with, what do we got? Bloodborne. Okay, cool. And what about all these other games that are taking on this sort of mantle, and it starts a trend. People, Seth MacFarlane has really done a fantastic job with the Orville, as far as I've heard, at least compared to Star Trek Discovery, which is that even a thing anymore?
I think it's still going. The reason Seth MacFarlane did so well with it is he's been a fan of Star Trek for years and years, right?
Oh yeah, he's a fucking
an actual fan. The people who are writing for Star Trek Discovery, some of them might be fans. There might be a lot of them who are passingly familiar with the core concepts of the show.
And the rest are sexually frustrated lesbians.
Exactly. The rest were hired on, they're diversity hires. They're hired on because they have that PC outlook. And that's what leads to Star Trek Discovery.
Let's see. Yep, no, they've still got a new season going, but yeah, the Orville is definitely gaining more popularity amongst fans.
It's closer to Star Trek than Discovery is.
Yeah,
it's more true to not only the spirit of the show, but the actual structure of the show. It could be Star Trek: The Orville.
Yeah.
You change a couple details here and there, and you've got obviously a more comedic, but you've got a new Star Trek show.
Well, it's like a more serious Galaxy Quest. Does anybody remember Galaxy Quest?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, it was around the time when I can't remember. It was around the time, I think, when the Picard Star Trek was picking up, like the modern Star Trek before, Discovery. This was back like early 2000s, late 90s, I think. There was
you're talking the Next Generation, right?
Yeah, the Next Generation, I think is what it was. And there was a movie. It starred Tim Allen in it, actually, and it was called Galaxy Quest. And it was essentially
okay. I've seen this.
Yeah, it's a satire, parody, sort of subversion, but it also did really well at keeping the spirit of what it was supposed to be making fun of. And it not just all around one of my favorite films. It was actually one of the first films I ever remember watching as a kid. And I'm like, yeah, Galaxy Quest. And then I saw Star Trek. And I'm like, Star Trek. Okay, whatever. Galaxy Quest. I was more hyped for Galaxy Quest than I was for Star Trek, which I don't know. I don't know what that says about me.
Considering Tim Allen was in it, probably bad things, but we won't worry about that.
Oh, God,
the reason even things like Galaxy Quest end up turning out so well is that when you're doing a parody, you need to know your topic, right? To properly mock something or lambast something, you need to have an understanding of it.
You got to do it from a place of love.
Exactly, or even from a place of knowledgeable hate. But there needs to be that fucking knowledge, or else you're just playing off of the most basic tropes that you've realized from the genre or the show or whatever you're doing a take on. It's the difference between the Flintstones and Family Guy, let's say. The Flintstones, blatantly the Honeymooners, right? Written by people who clearly were fans of the Honeymooners, who were familiar with the show, not just on a basic level, but on a more in-depth level. The relationships between the characters, the things like that, right?
Right.
Whereas you get Family Guy, which at its start was essentially a Simpsons ripoff, right?
Yeah, it was but it took its own spirit up until season 5, until Seth MacFarlane got off the writing team.
I'm not saying it's a like shot for shot remake or anything, but it was essentially supposed to be in the same vein. It was from the start more crude than The Simpsons ever was, shit like that.
Oh yeah. But the crossover episode did a wonderful job of highlighting that. That was one of the few modern episodes that I was able to tolerate.
I've watched it. I don't remember anything. I know at one point Peter and Homer fight.
Yeah, what the episode did essentially, which I thought was actually probably the best thing they could have done with it, especially with the modern writing team that they had. They essentially used the setting of Springfield to highlight how different Family Guy was from The Simpsons in terms of how crude it gets and how out there it gets. Whereas The Simpsons has always been more tame, more thoughtful in its approach.
It's The Simpsons from the start was very character based, right? You got those in-depth relationships between the family. You understood how the characters work together. With Family Guy, it's more one-liner based, more zany plot based.
The invention of the cutaway gag.
Yeah, exactly. It's quick humor lined up for the sake of humor. You'll get your meaningful storylines like when Brian died or when him and Stewie were locked in the bank vault.
Oh, I love that episode.
Yeah, you'll get those episodes where they do kind of take a serious approach to something, but it's still mainly joke after joke after joke.
I think the only time their serious approach really fucking failed was the Quagmire Sister one.
That was a dark episode.
That was a really dark episode. They could not save that with any joke they put in there. And like you could tell because I remember behind the scenes stuff said they had a department that wrote the story and a part of the writing team that focused on the jokes. And you could tell that the guys in charge of the comedy aspects were like, dude,
they were uncomfortable. They're like, where do we put the fucking jokes?
Like, we're trying to put the jokes in, but where's the fucking punchline? We can't do anything with this. He's literally beating the shit out of her.
Yeah, and I mean, they capture it really well too in that particular episode. The sister, I forget her name. She never seems to. She's completely oblivious to the fact that she's in an abusive relationship. Right?
Oh yeah, no, they wrote that relationship really well, and I'd say damn close to being realistic, but Family Guy is not the medium to do that.
That's exactly it. For another show, maybe it would have fit, right? Even other Seth MacFarlane shows, you could have made that an episode of American Dad.
Yeah,
and they could have approached it in a more serious way and not had it so. It was kind of a jarring addition to the season, right? You go from a humorous episode to this.
I'd say the Cleveland show would actually be perfect for it.
You're just saying that because it's no.
Here's what I mean. No, the Cleveland show failed because it tried to be the Black Family Guy. If it tried to take a different approach to it and probably dig into a little more serious subject matter, approaching it in a more thoughtful approach, just like Cleveland himself would. One of the problems that was noted by critics was that Cleveland was the straight man in Family Guy.
And then he was Black Peter in the Cleveland show.
Exactly. Why not just keep him the straight man and have a more serious tone with still the elements of comedy that are more character driven? That would have worked out really well.
And we know they're capable of it because they did it with American Dad.
Yeah.
There you've got a show that's still highly irreverent, but it's got these more serious plot lines, right? It's got continuity between episodes.
Oh yeah, no, it's got the friendship between Stan and Roger. It's got the relationship between Steve and Snot, which, God, that has gotten weird in later seasons. You've got the Haley and Jeff. That's always been a pretty solid. They've always written that pretty solidly, and it's always been really. I don't know. They've always done a better job of that.
No, and it makes for a completely different feel to the show, right? Like they have similar types of humor, but in Family Guy, there's no real repercussions to their actions, right? Because there's kind of this a lack of continuity between episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
they can have Peter murder somebody and is never mentioned again, right?
Yeah, and
with American Dad, I mean, Stan will murder somebody and it's explained as, he's CIA, he gets away with it.
Yeah.
But, as far as their actions, a lot of the times they have consequences that'll carry on to different episodes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was a whole arc with Jeff in space, right? Because Roger had thrown him in to take his place.
Yep.
In Family Guy, the closest I think we got to that was Brian's death, and that carried on for what, 3-4 episodes?
Yeah, it got retconned real fast as soon as the backlash happened.
I mean, to be fair, I can kind of see the backlash because Family Guy is not one of those shows that really evolves, right?
Yeah, no, it's not a show.
You throw away a core part of the show when you've changed the fucking show, right?
And, I like the idea of shows changing and evolving as characters age. That's always been a concept that I've wanted to see fully explored, and I actually thought it was explored with actually a kids show. You ever heard of the Amazing World of Gumball or some shit?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's a show where there is some continuity and changes do get addressed, but the characters, they're still too chicken shit to actually age the characters and carry the story on. But they've come they've come close, and it's always been fascinating watching how those episodes play out with the kind of changes that are made. Like
it would be kind of interesting to see a show like you'll get King of the Hill, where obviously Joseph hits puberty and stuff like that. You'll get South Park, they'll go up a grade or something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool to see a show, an animated show, where they age realistically, like the Boy Meets World of animation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because I mean, sitcoms are able to do it. It's live action shows have always been able to play with that.
Well, I mean, live action shows have to, because
the
actors age, right?
Yeah. Well, they could also switch out the actors, like what Last Man Standing's been fucking doing, but they've been doing that because contracts got screwy, and Last Man Standing is always getting lambasted. So
that's the new Tim Allen one, right?
It's the new Tim Allen one. It's pretty good. I've watched it. It's pretty good. Problem is they changed some of the main actresses on the show, and it's very jarring watching the show go on with some of the actresses who really own the role no longer playing that role. So it's kind of lost some of its steam, but it's still a relatively solid show. But yeah, no, are there any? Because the only examples I've seen in animation of characters aging, and Procus would actually be really cool to be on here to help with this, is actually in Japanese animation. Because they go through a season or several seasons. If it goes on for a long time, you can actually watch the characters grow up. There's some kind of
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball, yeah, between shows, right? Although I guess in Dragon Ball Z you do see what's his name, Gohan grow up, right?
Yeah, Dragon Ball, Fairy Tail, fucking Naruto, every show that has gone on for more than 2 seasons has this. Even shows that go on for 2 seasons, where the character.
Anyway, now that Brockus is back, I gotta piss.
But yes, Lionel, what you're saying is actually accurate. One thing the anime does better than basically any American cartoon, they age their characters. They're not afraid to age their characters. They're not afraid to end the story. And if they feel like it's gone on for too long, at some point they will eventually have to end the story. I mean, you have epic series like Dragon Ball Z, that went on for hundreds of episodes, but eventually it had an end. It had a continuation in a new season. Dragon Ball continued as Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z nearly beat or maybe it did beat the amount of episodes Dragon Ball had. I think it was originally not supposed to, but then, the Buu saga. Sailor Moon went on for several seasons, had different title changes. Even Tenchi Muyo, surprise, surprise, had actually multiple seasons under the Tenchi story arc, but that was because they kept playing around with different versions of that world and such. There's always a beginning and an end when it comes to anime. There's always going to be an end. It's just when you get people like Rumikyo Takahashi or Akira Toriyama, it's really hard for them to end the show or the story because they don't know how to fucking end it. Mm-hmm. Well, because for Takahashi, she has a really bad habit of just keeping the story going because she has no idea how to end it. Because she wants to end it in a way that's pleasing to her fans, but she has no idea how to fucking please her fans because, let's be honest, you can't please everybody, and you especially can't please all of your fans. And then Toriyama, he has a really bad habit of coming up with a brand new idea, so he runs with it, and then there's another saga, and then he suddenly decides, I'm done with the show, so I'm gonna just move on to something else.
Well, yeah, no, I've seen that problem. I think one of the biggest examples of this would be Bleach. Has it even technically ended yet?
Bleach, I believe, has ended, but I believe it's supposed to be coming back as well. I don't
No, I know the
Really
author is doing a new series. The guy who wrote Bleach is actually writing a different series now since he's finally fucking done with Bleach. Because even like in the later seasons of Bleach, he got so fed up with fucking doing it. He hated doing it, and the artwork really fucking reflected that. But I think also Fairy Tail actually came to an end, didn't it?
Fairy Tail eventually came to an end, yeah.
Yeah, they ended last year. And I think that guy is working on a new series that's pretty much just Fairy Tail but recolored. Like if you look at his promotional art for it, it's literally just the main characters of Fairy Tail recolored and redesigned. It's kind of funny. Kind of funny.
Oh yeah, no, let's just completely fucking ignore Boruto. Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, Boruto. I don't know. I wasn't allowed to watch Naruto, and
What do you mean you weren't allowed to watch?
I was an impressionable kid, and my dad saw the sexy shadow clone jutsu.
Oh God, I was gonna say you could have just ended it with you fucking, you know, you were the little faggot kid doing the faggot fucking Naruto run.
No
shit, but no, you had to take it a step further.
No, my dad walked in on me watching the sexy shadow clone jutsu, and he's like, "Okay, you're not watching that anymore."
It's censored.
And what exactly is sexy shadow clone jutsu?
He basically creates multiple versions of himself, but he's aged himself to be a full-grown adult female with tits, but it's covered by clouds and shit.
He does it to fuck with people, essentially. There's also a male version that he uses apparently to take down a major villain.
Well, that's because male is actually that.
No, it's like there was like a sexy male version that he used to beat the shit out.
Because that particular character was gay.
Yeah. Wait, that was the one man? I thought that was a chick.
I thought it was either a fucking very manly woman or a very effeminate male who was gay.
Okay, it's one of those deals.
Japan does like to dance around that subject way too often, and it does not help when they get female voice actors in both the sub and the dub to play the voice of the character, because then you have to sit there and go, well, I don't fucking know. Can you just... I mean, Goku is voiced by a female, but we clearly know it's a dude who fucks women.
Why do they still voice adult Goku like a female? I never understood that.
That was part of the trend. Dude, the Kamehameha would not be the same if it was voiced by like a masculine dude.
Well, we have that in the American stuff.
Yes, because in the fucking dub that actually reached America, we basically got a really good voice actor, and that guy was, oh my God, I'm forgetting his name and I hate myself for it.
Isn't that the Blom guy? The Blom James?
He has curly hair.
Oh, no.
You're probably thinking,
God, I know who you're talking about. The faggy looking one.
He's not faggy looking. He's Jewy looking, but he's not faggy looking.
Okay, I might be thinking of a different one. There's a voice actor who I fucking hate. He's the one who always does the puberty voice where it's really cracked like this. He was the main character in Dead Man Wonderland. Hold on.
Yeah. Anyways. No, but yeah, there's a difference in between like what we clearly see and accept versus what is, I guess. I don't know. No, basically the female voice actor for Goku was the voice actor for Goku when he was a kid, all the way into when he was, you know, a young adult. So they just kept using the female voice actor. It's as simple as that. That they just stuck with what worked. And the Kamehameha in the original Japanese with fucking, you know, English subtitles, all that shit, it wouldn't be the same if you didn't have that voice actor saying the Kamehameha the way they're supposed to. It's just, it works in Japan. Don't ask me why. It just fucking does. There are some voices that come out of characters that are so iconic. If you hear any other voice coming out of it, you fucking don't believe it anymore.
I figured out the actor, Greg Ayres. I fucking hate that faggot.
Why?
God, I hate him. His voice is like glass scratching on fucking chalk. I hate him so much. But he's in everything.
I hate people. There's
God,
sadness in everything too. There are 7 voice actors in America that are fucking in every goddamn anime. You can't escape them ever.
I know, and I fucking hate it. Like, I first heard him in Trinity Blood, and oh my god, I hated him. God, I hated him. Like, the only time I ever tolerated his voice was in Ghost Stories, and that was just because he was so funny as the glasses kid. Oh, God.
I didn't realize that there were actually people who hated anime voice actors. I've only seen Dragon Ball Z and you know, like Digimon and Pokemon. Was he anyone in any of those?
Yeah, he was Frost in Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, I haven't seen Super.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have no idea what this guy sounds like.
He sounds like, you know that voice you get in puberty?
Yeah.
The kind of craggy, dry voice? That, but constantly, all the time, every day.
And he gets hired as a voice actor.
He gets hired as a voice actor because he's really good at doing kids who are teenagers going through puberty, which is the majority of shonen protagonists in anime that get transferred into US dubs.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense. If anime is mainly young kids, then he's
perfect for the
fit
role.
For the role, right?
He's perfect for the role. Like, I honestly, they need more actors like him if I'm going to be objective about, you know, having the age represent the voice, but at the same time, I hate that fucking voice.
So you hate the voice because it does its job. That's fucking weird to me.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm conflicted by it too. It's one of those things, man. One of those things.
I hate you because you do your job well. Thank you.
That's why they hate Trump, because he does his job well.
I wouldn't go that far.
To be fair, I did see some pictures of a wall today that were clearly pictures of a fence.
Well, that fence is fucking... Do you know what a steel slat is?
Yes, it was the thing that fence was made out of.
Yeah, it's twice the size of an average one-story house, and it works.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you know, like 30-foot tall steel fence with spikes at the top. It's great. It's gonna do things, but it ain't a wall.
Yeah, well, look, I want nothing more than for us to have a great medieval castle-like wall, you know, with fucking golden trim on it, with the nice Trump hairdo and gold leaf. You know, I want fucking 50 cat. I think me and Dongwave were actually talking about this the other week. We came to the conclusion that we needed a Nitro Express every 10 miles and 5 miles in between that a minigun. And if you don't know what a Nitro Express is, it's essentially an elephant gun. The kind of shit they use to kill elephants and miss.
Sounds like overkill, but
Sounds like a necessity.
Yeah, a necessity.
I don't know. Well, when would you ever need an elephant gun to take down some Mexicans?
To take out a whole family in one shot, it's cheaper.
Would be economic.
Yeah. Now, personally, I think the miniguns are a bit overkill because it's just, so many bullets, all the moving parts, it's a shit ton of maintenance. Elephant gun is a lot simpler. It gets the job done.
But it is a gorgeous sight to behold, so don't fucking talk shit on it.
Well, I mean, okay, here's the thing. Let's say we did it all with miniguns. Let's say we lined the whole thing with miniguns. No, let's play around with this. We line the whole thing with miniguns. We could actually create more government jobs because people have to be there to maintain the miniguns and keep them intact, so that way they don't overheat when they are protecting our border. So then we have to think about, okay, what about the Nitro Express? If we did the Nitro Express, it would take about less people to have to maintain it, but at the same time, you know, it would create less jobs, but it would also be more economical. But, you know, it depends on what you're targeting. If you want to make more jobs defending the border, then minigun by all means. But, you know, if you want to, you know, be a little more economical, which I, you know, think somebody like Trump would really appreciate, then go for a Nitro Express. Wow, this got dark.
Yeah, it did. I was just commenting on how he built a fucking fence instead of a wall. Now we're talking how to murder immigrants.
I mean, we're talking about the logistics of border defense.
But no, I get that, you know, a fence will definitely slow people down. But if that fence isn't constantly monitored and guarded everywhere, people are just going to saw through those fucking slats.
You think they can afford saws?
Motherfucker, do you know how easy it is to make a saw?
Oh, how easy is it to make a saw?
I don't know. You'd have to ask somebody who does metalworking. I'm assuming not too hard. It's a blade and a handle.
Well, it's a blade. It's a serrated blade and a handle, so it's a lot different than. It's different. It's different than making a knife with a simple cut. You know.
Well, yeah. Obviously, a little extra work to get the blade serrated, but
well, not just that, but to get it serrated right. To get it serrated and to make those serrations sharp. And then you got to get the material that can get through solid steel, which very few materials like that exist in the first world, much less the third world.
That's true. I got to assume, though, they'd figure it out. You know, life finds a way, so do Mexicans.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, but when you're going through the desert and you're starving as all hell, the last thing on your mind is going to be, hey, do we got those plier cutters? Do we have those plier cutters? Like, they could probably...
Hey, man, I'm fucking dehydrated as shit. Does anyone know where we put the saw? We got to saw at this thing for a couple fucking hours. I get your point.
Yeah, because I mean, these are not Mexicans mostly. These are, I think, Hondurans and everybody south of
Guatemalans and shit like that. Yeah, that's another thing I don't get. Yeah, as far as the argument that they're seeking amnesty and shit like that, right? Not amnesty, asylum.
Yeah, Mexico offered it to them, and most of them rejected it.
Yeah, and it seems like you don't go multiple countries away to seek asylum. You go next door, right?
Well, yeah, no, it's exactly like the you know, all the Muslims in the Middle East and the Somalis are coming over all the way to fucking Europe when they could go to a neighboring country that's peaceful and they would better assimilate and better incorporate into the culture. You know,
yeah. I mean, that's another thing. Mexico is a lot more similar to these countries than the States, right?
In terms of
language,
Mexico is more similar
culture
to the United States than it is to the countries where these people are from. But in terms of language and whatnot, yeah, definitely. There's definitely a lot of similarities, but there are a lot of differences, like very noticeable differences.
Okay, I'm not overly familiar with.
I was forced to get familiar with it in some classes, and when they force you to take Spanish classes, you get to be forced to learn about migration and shit.
Okay.
Of course, that explains my grades, so my responses probably didn't excite my teachers too much.
Yeah, it's personally, I don't think a wall is much of a solution to immigration, but it's a start, right? It's not a solution, but it's a step in that direction.
Oh, definitely. The next step is, you know, handling everybody who got through.
And that's going to be the harder of the two, I think. Stopping people from getting in is one thing. Finding them once they're already in is a completely different thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it has contributed to a lot of problems. A lot of people have managed to get away with a lot of things simply because they're not recognized in the systems. You know, at
even
times.
I think it was today or yesterday we had you guys had rather 3 MS-13 members stab a 16-year-old.
Yep.
They were caught. It turns out, yeah, they're undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say that a legal immigrant couldn't stab a kid, because obviously they can, but it's going to be a lot easier to figure out what to do with them afterwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot easier to keep track of them beforehand.
Oh yeah.
To recognize those gang ties.
Mm-hmm.
But I still don't think a wall would have necessarily kept those guys out, right?
Oh hell no. No, that has to do the problem with the gangs. The wall will help with the war essentially against MS-13, but yeah, no, the thing with the gangs is a whole other fucking God, that's a whole nother bag of nuts. Because that goes into the drug war, that goes into the that goes into God, that goes into so much shit.
Well, yeah, and I think that's something that a lot of the people who are maybe not for open borders, but more in that direction tend to miss. Is it's not just immigrants coming in. It's not the lone wolf type criminals, right? A lot of these people are cartel members involved in the most vicious drug trade in the fucking world, right?
Well, they turn people into fucking stew, man. Have you ever heard of the stew makers?
No.
Oh, you're gonna love this. Whenever the cartel murders a guy or murders somebody, they have a guy known as a stew maker. I think that's a general translation of it. They call him the stew maker, and they send the body over to him, and he'll put them in a drum of put the bodies in a drum of hydrofluoric acid and bury that shit. A lot of the interactions between U.S. and Mexican law enforcement has been trying to identify what these bodies are and who they belong to, because some of them are Mexican, a lot of them are Mexican, but a lot of them are American, but some of them are American too. It's so yeah. Let's hope Semaj doesn't piss off the wrong guy, because he might be stew at the bottom of the
we haven't heard from Semaj in a week. He could be dead.
Mm-hmm.
He knows I worry.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't fucking called. He hasn't written. He's gonna be the fucking death of me.
Well, how are we gonna have cleansing fire without Semaj? We gotta kill Bifu Pix soon.
Yeah, it's true. We do need to do something about what would we call them? Would they be our fuck? What's the opposite of a predecessor? I'm blanking.
Our successor.
That's it. I mean, they're certainly running that channel. From what I've seen, they've lost about 2,000 subs since they hacked it.
Well, yeah. What do you expect when people realize, oh shit, this is not the cunt stream anymore, and what is this vapid horseshit? Well, it's Bifu Pix. And
no, like, I just find it funny because there are two possibilities here, right? Either it's the hacker running it, or somebody bought the channel like they claim they did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they bought the channel, they're not getting a return on their investment.
Oh hell no!
Especially since we could get super chats and all that. We weren't getting fucking any ad revenue.
Nope.
I'm not seeing ads running on their videos, so they're making nothing off of it.
Which, makes you wonder what the hell it was all for. All that effort, all that money for what? To take over a channel?
Exactly. I'm hoping personally that somebody did pay for it, just because I'd find it really funny that they lost their money there. I don't think that's the case. I think they were bullshitting me. I think somebody hacked it and took it over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it happened with Brockus too. I wonder how his channel's doing, by the way.
Brockus has actually gone up by quite a few subs since being hacked.
My original URL has over 1,000 subs on it still. It rose really high up, but then it dropped really fucking low because it was right around the time that YouTube had announced that they were going to be deleting a lot of sock accounts or fake accounts and shit, or inactive accounts. So the majority of those subscribers apparently were sock accounts. So it still has like a little over 1,000 subs still, but where it was almost at 2,000 subs, yeah, all of those were gone. They were eliminated.
Ooh. Damn.
It's a little funny that your channel shot up after getting hacked.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a feeling, like you said, there were sock accounts. It was bot type shit, right?
Yep.
Because I mean, I think on your channel they weren't even posting as high quality as Bifu pics. They were posting like full movies or something like that, weren't they?
No, they were 2-minute hack videos.
That was it.
How to hack this game.
You know, it was gaming shit. Maybe they were real. Maybe there are just that many people interested in.
It was some game I never fucking heard of that you probably download for free, but have to pay to actually.
Oh no, I know what the game was. It wasn't Fortnite. It was PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It was PUBG hacks. You guys don't remember PUBG? Okay, PUBG was the what?
I remember it. I just never played it.
Yeah, it was essentially the thing that started the battle royale genre, and it got superseded by Fortnite. And it was pretty much, it did not last long. It blipped in and out of existence real fast.
Okay, so they're probably not getting all their subs from some washed up game.
Yeah. No,
maybe they're just getting it from the Brockus name, Brockus. Maybe right before you were hacked, you were about to get a big fucking boost.
That would be the funniest goddamn joke I would ever be the unfortunate.
You were about to become popular, Brockus, and they stole it from you.
I was gonna be a big YouTube star. I highly doubt that, but yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna start shutting down because I'm tired of shit. There were fucking 4 people here. If you guys can't figure it out, that's on you. We'll be back tomorrow with CNN, right, Brock?
Yeah, and we will probably cover the actual topic we were supposed to cover tonight, which is apparently that toxic masculinity is apparently a fucking mental health issue.
Fuck, I've got to go. It's starting to rain. Bye, guys.
Have a good one, Linus. And that was good timing on Linus's part. Have a good one, chat. Fuck off.